P.O.I is in the house. Santos in the house. Jim is in the house. And Sam is in the house. Sam is going to be with us. I think I've got poor lighting in here, but that's okay. We're going to figure it out. Welcome, everyone, by way of Facebook, by way of YouTube and Twitch. Welcome. Welcome to another live PNGZ cast. We've got Jim all the way from Tucson. We've got Santos here. I don't know who else is going to join us on camera. We may have somebody else to join us on camera. But we do have a little bit of a special guest. I'm going to share Sam is going to be with us. Anyways, those of you that know who Sam is. So welcome once again. This is PNGZ cast number 383. We are live. Get in, buckle up, turn down your distractions, turn them down, turn them down, turn them down. Let's prepare the mind to receive something good, something of greater value, something that's going to help you tomorrow. I know it's not Sunday, tomorrow's not Monday, but tomorrow's another day. Let's prepare to receive. So again, turn down distractions, grab a pen. Hopefully you've invited a friend. And we're almost at the end. No, I'm just kidding. Episode number 383. Have you thought about a distraction is today's topic. Have you thought about distraction? All right. We got a proverb coming. We've got a few POIs. We've got a call to action. There was something else that I wanted to talk about. I might talk about it in a little bit. Jim we're discussing a few things here. Folks, it's rather important that we, speculation on many things that we talk about, we read about or whatever. Speculation isn't good enough. We must go to the source. We must be willing to do our due diligence. Because if we're led by the consensus, we're going to be led by the consensus. And sadly, the consensus is legion, right? The consensus is more. If we listen to the crowds, honestly, if we listen to the crowds what are the crowds saying today? What are the crowds saying? Hey, gamble with us. Hey, buy my lottery ticket. Hey, drink my spirits. Come and get, hey, our prices are the best. Come here. Come here. And if we don't, hold on a minute. Where is this coming from? Who's behind all of this stuff? What's going on with me at this point? You must stop and think and prepare your mind. So again, thank you for having me here. Welcome, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're going to get into a psalm. I'm going to give Jim an opportunity to share his thought here. And I'm going to give an opportunity for those of you that are with me here. Share your thoughts. Challenge us. Challenge me. Challenge this mission. Challenge your life. Challenge what it is that you're going through right now that you might hate with passion. You might hate it. Challenge it, my friend. Tonight's the night. All right. Jim, your thoughts?
Yeah. When I think about, all those distractions, I think it's just a way for us to go ahead and be living in the comfort zone because we don't want to confront our own challenges, right? We have a lot of pain, a lot of problems in our life, a lot of areas that we know that we need to work and improve, but we don't because we don't want to. Well, it could be through fear, maybe uncertainty, doubt. Don't want to go ahead and go there. So we go ahead and allow the distractions to go ahead and feed. And it's almost like our doubt and uncertainties are like cracks in our mind, and when we have those things, the distractions seep in. The distractions just go ahead and fall in. They just go ahead and just leak leak in and just overtake you, you know. And it's kind of unfortunate, and it makes us feel good, right, that we don't have to go out and deal with
Mhm.
our pain, you know, our doubt, our uncertainties. But it just leads us to a dead end.
That's the distraction. That's the distraction. Deep down inside, I believe deep down inside, we do want to change. We do want to create change. I believe deep down inside, there's a part of us that wants change. You just you just don't know how. Sometimes you just don't know how to change.
Yeah.
And change, when change is presented, you know, you've said it many times, when change is presented, it's not comfortable. The problem is that we don't look at we're focused on the wrong things. Our our vision is focused on the wrong things. We're going through life focused on the wrong things. We're our something is out of balance, completely out of balance there. And if you're not doing anything about it, it's just going to get worse. And how does worseness show up in our lives? How does it show up? A lack of desire, a just a wanting of just total comfort, confusion, distractions. Let me get into this. Let me read the proverb and then we'll go further into this, because we are talking about distracting gambling. We're talking about distracting something in your life that is in the way. Well, how do you distract it? How are you, what have you considered? Have you even considered about distracting that thing? Have you considered distracting? Psalm 14:1 says, this is today's proverb. It says, the fool has said in his heart, there's no God. I've never seen God. How do we know? In fact, somebody said, how do we know it's not a her? I've heard the pronoun, the feminine pronoun in the Bible every once in a while. You read it about God. But the male pronoun, the male is the one that shows prominence. And what's really interesting is when you look at humanity, when you look at a man has woman-like qualities also, even though he's a man. And a woman also has man-like qualities. A woman, a female that's born with the V. In the Bible, when we read about the male, the pronoun God, he, him, there's areas of the Bible where it refers to God as if he was like a mother also. Anyhow, we're not here to do a religious study. We'll save that for Sunday. So the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. This is why I invite people to read the Bible, to pray. I know I'm not the smartest individual. I wish I was. I enjoy surrounding myself with individuals that are smarter than myself, because that's how I can learn something. When you think that you're so smart that you can't learn anything, that means that you are smarter than everybody around you. And you're hanging around with people that really can't challenge you, if that makes sense. We need to be challenged. I need to be challenged. Like they say, the status quo, whatever that might be, needs to be challenged. All right, so we're talking about distractions. Have you thought about a distraction? Maybe you can't get rid of gambling for whatever reason. But what if you started thinking about a distraction? Would that help you in some way? And 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we're going to be here. We're not going to be here too long. Hello, Race. Jim. So go ahead, Jim. Share a little bit about what's on your mind. We are talking about distractions. And
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to go and say about
let me see this real quick, if I may. What types of distractions will help us? What is there such a thing? Can we say that, hey, maybe a distraction might help me? Okay, what type of distraction would help you? What types would help you, Jim? Race?
Yeah, I was listening to Charles Stanley, and he was talking about you got to go put your eyes on God. If you're in some type of adversity, you'll just go and flounder if you don't. If you take your eyes off of God, keep your eyes on God. Right? I don't know if that's a distraction. I mean, the distraction you can go and say is like give thanks, have gratitude. That could be a distraction right there in the face of adversity. But I have a book right over here.
That's a positive distraction.
I have this book right here. You see what it says? The adversity paradox. The adversity paradox. What does that mean? It's like, the adversity is the way. I mean, you have to confront the pain. You got to confront it. You got to go ahead and pay up front, right? You got to put down. I remember Willie always told me this over in Phoenix. You got to put down to pick up. You got to put down.
Yeah, but what that's true, Jim, but what distractions you just mentioned that praise, didn't you say praise could be a distraction, or praying to God? You mentioned that.
That could be one, right? Mm-hmm.
Now that's a positive distraction, right? There's negative distractions, there's positive distractions. So the gambler, what could be, I thought about this. Gamblers obviously are in a casino because they generally want to make money also, right? Sports bettors, they bet on sports because, hey, they're going to put down $500 and they might end up getting $2,500 out of that, right? The bookies, they bet on the horses and stuff like that. Jersey Shore, Red Hawk, I don't know, some weird names of horses that people have bet on. The Kentucky Derby. I don't know, maybe that was a place where they bet on horses. My point is, for the gambler, by the way, gambling's a big fat lie. A good distraction for all of us would be to learn about the new economy that's right underneath our noses. And I'm not talking about BRICS either, even though they say that BRICS is doing very well. I don't know if any of you know what BRICS is all about. It's the new world monetary system that's replacing the US dollar on the international level, on a very high international level, the highest. So we're talking about the U.S. economy now. Is that going to bring down the U.S. economy in the next 3 months? Probably not. The U.S. dollar? I don't know who knows what's going to happen in 3 months. My point in distracting your gambling addiction or your addiction or whatever it is that's got you by the throat, whatever that's poking you in the eye, right? There's something just poking you in the eye, Can you sit there and just, after a while, you're getting jabbed in the eye. Imagine somebody just trying to jab you in the eye. You wouldn't allow that to happen. You would stop that immediately. But yet some of you are just allowing that to happen. You're getting poked in the eye. A good distraction would be to learn about the new currency, to learn about the new economy that is flowing right underneath our noses. And it might be that you may be able to legitimately without gambling generate profits. Find some protocol that you believe in. Maybe it's in agriculture, right? Well, Santos, does cryptocurrency flow into agriculture and to places that are not developed in third world countries? You bet. You bet. There's technology that's actually helping get water. There's blockchain technologies that's helping people get water, bottles of water, maybe even channels of water or some other ways of water. Blockchain technologies, something that Bank of America couldn't do, something that Wells Fargo couldn't do, something that Robobank, one of the biggest banks, could not do. What am I getting at? I'm getting at distractions. What you can possibly figure out to get yourself out of an ugly situation. Because deep down inside, you may not quit, you may not stop your gambling, yet deep down inside, you want to find a way. You want to find some distraction that's going to help you move in a better direction. I believe that with all my heart. Yes. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like I was dealing with a student, and he was kept on messing with his phone. He had an assignment. It's like, how come you're not doing the assignment, right? He wouldn't say anything, right? And we had to go ahead and talk. We had to go ahead and get honest. And eventually he went and said, I can't read. I can't read. Right? So what do? We go ahead and distract ourselves with a bunch of nonsense, right? Instead of confronting the issue that's painful.
Yeah.
Right? We allow the distractions to go ahead and take our time, effort, energy away, right? To go ahead and just basically procrastinate, avoid, and not deal with the things that need to change in our lives. It's all about confronting the pain. Like this evening, I ran up the mountain. Was that fun? Not really. Running up the mountain, right? But you know what? I confronted the mountain. It was painful. I got up to the top and I came back down. All right. I keep on doing that. I'm going to go out and get into better shape. I'm going to get into better shape. Is
Sure.
that particular effort? I mean, is that going to go and give me immediate results that our dopamine craving brain wants? No. I mean, it's not going to do that. But you see, we have to realize that nowadays, we are pushed in the mindset of having everything instant, instant, instant. And if we don't get instant reward, instant change, well, then we're a failure. It's not worth it. Why should I put the effort in? I mean, right there, we have to be careful. We got to be careful about how we see things, right? What is that pain? Is that pain worth it? Is the effort worth it? Is confronting that thing in my life, is it worth it? We talked about that in the last program. Am I worth it to go ahead and go through the pain? Am I worth it? Am I worth it? Is my efforts, does it mean anything? And that's something that everyone needs to go and answer. And they have to go and choose. They have to choose, I choose to fight. I choose to confront my issues. I choose to confront the pain, right? I choose to go ahead and attack it head on. I'm gonna get uncomfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and see myself. Maybe I get frightened. Maybe I get scared. Maybe I get angry looking at myself and seeing all these perceived flaws, right? But I want to go and change. I want to get better, right? That's the only way, right? The only way you can get, what is it? The only way you can go through, was it? Yeah. But anyway, yeah. The only way to do is confront your pain. That's it. or get distracted,
Yeah. And
go nowhere.
there's somebody would say, well, if you find something that will distract what you're currently going through, that's a step forward. How all of that will play out and how it's completed and how it's done, only you know. Only you know. We're all very unique individuals. We've personalities and values, upbringings, what have you, different levels of thinking. I wanted to share this, just a little bit of an update with Sam. If you know who Sam is, I did an interview with Sam a couple years ago. We did a couple of interviews with Sam Krish, and this is a picture of Sam Krish here. This is someone that I've got to know. He was actually he was a sheriff, and I'm not going to talk too much about him, just to share a little bit about what's happening. He was sentenced in 2019. He was the former sheriff of Allen County there in in Allen County, and he was sentenced. This sheriff got involved. Unfortunately, he fell due to gambling, card playing, etc. in casinos, and things went really bad for him. Anyhow, I got a chance to. I had the good fortune of speaking to this sheriff while he was still, out of prison, and very sharp guy. He was very, very, very smart guy. He's paying for what he did. He fell into gambling. I felt in our conversations he was very, very forthright with me. He was very upfront with me, and I had some good conversations. I got to know this man. He really has a heart for helping gamblers. When he gets out, that's his mission. He wants to write a book, and of course he's going to want to make money. This is all he's already thinking about, all these things, talking about how he was treated in prison. He's gone through some shit, and he is suicidal also. Anyways, they turned down. In 2019 he was sentenced. They in 36 months federal prison, and he's fighting this. He's fighting this because they've done a lot of wrong against him. They've gone excessively to make him a spectacle, is what they've done. Even though he didn't do right by playing cards in the casino, I'm not going to sit here that he's paying for it. So they denied his sentence, and he's trying to get it down to 8 years. So, geez, that would be, if he went in 2019. You still have another 3 or 4 more years, I believe. Anyway, Sam Krish. So he sends his hello to everybody on the podcast. He remembers some of you guys. I don't know if you know who he is. And I just wanted to bring an update on him. I hope he makes it out. And I hope one day again he'll be back on the podcast sharing some of the stuff that he shared with me about what's happened. Man, I tell you, gambling... This guy been in law enforcement for almost 30 years. His son was also law enforcement, and he had a lot of opposition apart from the gambling issue. Even apart from that, I'm on my podcast. I gotta get back to you. Okay. No. Good. No. I gotta go. Bye. Okay. So anyhow, so that's about Chris there, Sam. So he sends his regards. All right, let me get him off the screen. I didn't want to talk too much about Sam, but I brought him on just to show you that there's people in the military, there's people that have business. I met this one guy. He had a very successful eBay business. I still see him around. He doesn't come to the broadcast or anything like that. As far as I know, a nice guy. Lost his family and everything. He lost a big business. Lost a lot of money. In fact, I've known many business owners. They don't hang around anymore. They're gone. They might be done. Who knows where they're at today? Thousands and thousands of dollars, products and services and customers that were part of their team gone, gone. So one man affected many, many people. And that's just so we're talking about distractions. Is there something that you can do, find that might possibly get you away from the BFL? City by the Bay. Any questions, by the way? Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, it looks like out of time's having a tough situation, having a hard time. Yeah, out of time. Yeah, life can go ahead and be, going wrong. Nothing works, right? Nothing goes right. Everything is stressful, right? Things are not working out. You're losing money, losing time, right? It's tough.
That,
I don't know. I mean, it's like what I guess. I know there's all sorts of cliches. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You got to go ahead and kind of like take a walk, get some time to yourself. I remember when I got really angry at school a long time ago. I got, I after school finished, I just head off to the track, to the high school track, and I just started walking around the track just to go ahead and burn off some steam. I remember that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we got to go and do that. You got to go ahead and let off some steam when you have a bad time. Now, some
yeah.
people go to the casino, right? Some people hit the bottle. Some people do the drugs, right? We got to go ahead and be mindful. It's like when you go ahead and confront the tough things in life, right? When you don't have that crutch, that distraction, life seems much more intense and painful. I don't know what you're going through out of time, but I think that you're trying to push hard against, the big freaking lie, right? And it's hard, right? You don't have that crutch. You don't have that pacifier, that go-to distraction, to go ahead and make the pain go away, right? You have to go and deal with these days that suck, right? And now it's like, okay, right? I don't have this thing. I don't have this big freaking lie. What do I do now, right? It's like, I got to go ahead and confront life. I got to confront my BS. I got to confront myself. How am I going to handle these problems in my life now? Okay, all right, there it is. Now you have a choice, right? What am I going to do? Okay, this day sucked. Why? What happened? What went wrong? You got to do an autopsy, right? It's like, do I want to keep doing this kind of stuff? Do I want these things to be happening? Maybe it's something that, just happened randomly. It's like, it's awful, right? How do you handle it though, right? How am I going to handle it? Am I going to go out and handle it by going to the casino, going to my addiction? Or am I going to go ahead and journal about it? And am I going to go ahead and figure out how I can go ahead and make this situation make me stronger? Right? It sucks. I understand, certain events suck, right? Sometimes you just need a rest. Sometimes you need to go ahead and get some rest, sleep it off, because tomorrow's another day, right? Get your energy back, because it's draining, these life situations that beat us down, they're draining, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
taking care of your health is important. So,
just like anyways, let me see. Let me get back here. I'm just doing a few things. All right, I'm just looking to see see if there's any questions. By the way, I want to say a congratulations, a shout out to those of you that are accepting the challenge to not gamble for 7 days at a time. Congratulations to you for those of you that are actually keeping that commitment for yourself. This journey that we're on, the PNGC mindset is it's not a difficult journey. It's a better journey. It's nicer on the other side when you're no longer gambling. It's nicer on the other side when you feel freedom, when you feel like you're growing, when you feel like you're confronting your enemies, right? Not just outside, but inside the head. This is PNGZ. PNGZ isn't just fighting the BFL, the big fat lie. PNGZ is a mindset, it's a lifestyle, it's philosophy, it's values. It's what you put into it. That's what PNGZ is. It's what you put into it, what values you put into it. That lifestyle that's going to elevate you, that's going to help you generate more income. Possibly, maybe you don't need more income, right? Maybe you don't need more income. Maybe you just need to find a place where you can serve. You can do something that will help other people, will also encourage and motivate you at the same time. The PNGZ mindset, it's a better lifestyle. It's way better than gambling during the week. It's way better than having to deal with the guilt and shame, the regret of what you did. You know, you could have bought some Bitcoin 3 months ago, 4 months ago. You could have bought some Bitcoin, the number one currency, digital currency in the world. You could have bought some Bitcoin, and guess what? You would have had more of it today. Let me share something with you guys about distractions. And one thing that you can use as a distraction is you could learn about Bitcoin. You could learn about Ethereum. You could learn about Avalanche. You could learn about what smart contracts are. You can learn about what sectors are available on the blockchain that you can learn about, that you may be able to find a place, a niche where you can actually help yourself and help others. Well, that's neat. I've never done that. There's a whole world out there. There's a whole world out there that you can explore where you can make, where you're not going to make money. People at the mint make money. You can generate income. What are you going to the casino for if not to generate more income? I know it's a habit. I know it's like the back of your hand. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like driving your car, right? But you're still thinking. You may be doing it, but you're still thinking. Even while you're brushing your teeth, doing whatever habit, you're still thinking about it. I'm talking about distracting your habit, distracting the big fat lie and getting into something that's going to benefit you, something that you can get excited about, something that you're willing to study, something that you're willing to read. You got to do your homework. Jim talked about facing the hardships. Jim talked about facing the difficulties, and you know what? This instant gratification garbage. That's one of the reasons why you're stuck in the casino is because you're after instant gratification. That's what the casinos will lie to you about. Instant gratification. Come in with 20. You may walk out with $100. Instant gratification. You may walk in with $100 and you may walk out with zero. Instant gratification. We need to learn. I remember this minister said, Santos, you need to live today as if you only have until tomorrow. You also need to live today as if you still have a lifetime. I get down sometimes. I look at the negative. I look at the news. I look at the negatives out there. There's a lot of negatives. There's so much. There's more, 10 times more negative. That's why I'm telling you right now, you that are struggling with gambling, you better get a hold of yourself inside. You better build up the inside so that you can face that thing that's on the outside. Because if not, that thing on the outside, it'll get you. It'll get you. It will get you eventually. It will be like the serpent, like the poison of a serpent. It'll bite you once, it'll bite you twice, and then that third time, that whatever it is, that deterioration begins to set in. You're in trouble now, man. You're in trouble. I'm glad we're here. We're almost out of time. We're going to be here for another few more minutes. We're going to be back here on Sunday also. Remember that. We've got a few videos coming through the week. Again, this is episode number 383. We're talking about, have you thought about a distraction? What would you need a distraction for? Right? Enough energy draws you. If you get enough energy, it'll draw you. You don't even have to try to fight something. You just got to focus, shift your focus, right? Shift your focus, like changing channels, and that energy will draw you. Any thoughts? Raymond, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, it's, gambling diminishes resilience. Yep. To fill the void left. Even though you distract, again, you're distracting, but you're also filling that void. That's good that you brought that up. Right? We're almost. Yeah, it's funny. I was on my MetaMask wallet today looking at some cryptocurrency, and I saw the Trump coin. It's already at $5, I guess. I don't know if you guys know that Trump has a cryptocurrency. I don't know how far it's going to go. I don't know what's behind it or anything, but there's a lot of hype behind that coin.
There's a distraction right there, Santos. There's a distraction right there.
I thought that was funny.
Easy money. Get rich. That's
not going to go that far. It's going to dump. It's going to go. I call it a meme coin.
If it goes up, I lost the opportunity. The next time I'm definitely going to get in, and then it crashes.
Well, those that should have got in when it was zero, right? Man. Right now, if you would have put in $1, you would have had $5. But if it keeps going up, but then again, see, you do your homework on stuff like that. That's a gamble.
It's I tell you, people get hooked on that stuff. People look at that and they get that FOMO,
that's a gamble.
Fear of missing out. It's going up. It's going, I gotta get in. And then, at the top, then you got in and boom.
Yeah, but that's greed. Down. Yeah, you're 100% on that one. That's greed. When you look at something, when you look at something with a pure, see, Jim, the problem with people, and this is why it's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust people. There's people out there, and this is the consensus, Jim. This is the legion. This is the world that we live in. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to get a hit. Right? This is the world. And we have an opportunity to learn a few things. We have an opportunity. People that have a pure heart, they find opportunities. They find opportunities. Doesn't mean that every opportunity is going to pan out. Because the pure find pure, right? People that are like cons, they find connish stuff. People that are right? It's like kind finds its kind. And I'm sitting here, I'm studying myself because, obviously there's a problem with the economy. There's a problem with our dollar. It would be nice if the dollar was going up in value instead of losing value. It would be nice if the manufacturing companies were growing and products were being made more. I like to see that sticker, made in the USA, 100%. It's not happening. It's not happening too much. It's still happening in certain areas, but it's not happening like it used to be. So the economy's changing, technology's changing. I'm learning. I didn't even want to get involved with technology using Chat GPT or artificial intelligence protocols. I didn't want to get it. Now I'm realizing that stuff is making my life a little bit more easier to do the work. I still got to do the work, but it's making it more easier. It's making it a little bit more convenient. It's not making me cheat. I come here, I still got to have some talking points, right? I still got to have a memo. I still got to have notes. Okay, Chat GPT helped me out a little bit, but I'm the one that has to do the work. It just made it a little bit easier. So distracting ourselves with something that's going to help get in the way of what it is that you're gambling for money, you're gambling as an escape, whatever it is that you're looking for, find your distraction. Find what that thing might be that will suck the energy into that direction for you, and it will be the positive. It will be the thing in your life. What is it? What is it, man? Come on. Anyways, I hope you're getting excited about stuff like this because my mind gets going. I got it. You got to live in a world of imagination. You got to live in a world of curiosity, of what ifs and what can be's instead of the past and what could have been and what should have been and all that stuff. We got to get out of that. You have to get out of that mindset. You have to beware of the FTs, the LBs, your own limiting beliefs, your own. You're not your own worst enemy, but you can be your own worst teacher. You get up in the morning and your ST is running in reverse, man. You know what I mean? You get up in the morning. Have you ever had that? Your ST is running in reverse, man. Wait a minute. This doesn't feel right. It's going backwards, man. No. Man, you get up in the morning, you want your ST going forward. You find it going backwards a little bit? You hold on a minute. Let me go read the Bible. Let me go journal. Let me go do something. Hey, this is you start moving forward. Just like you did, Jim, when you said you ran that hill. You ran tonight or you ran this week. You're not going backwards, right? You're not going backwards and you're running. No, you're going forward. You're jogging, you're running. And you have good shoes on, it helps your kneecaps. Somebody else would say, hey, that's bad for your knees, that's bad for your ankles. Yeah, but that's what they're saying. I've got good shoes and I feel good. I know who I am. I'm at the source. I know me, right? Everybody else, the consensus and all these things, they just want to get in the way. Distractions. That is a bad distraction, by the way. All right. We've come. Jim, you got some thoughts? Anybody else here? I feel like I'm just preaching to myself here.
Yeah, the guy I worked with before, he was smoking a lot. And then he went cold turkey and then he replaced or substituted that habit with eating. And he gained a lot of weight. So what you can do is you can go ahead and substitute what you're doing with something better. All right. You have to go and think something that, like you said, you talked about filling time, filling focus, filling, attention. What are we going to go ahead and substitute this bad habit with? Let's try to substitute with a good habit. A good habit, But, it's like, I hear that word sentient. We are sentient creatures. We have feelings, right? We have feelings, emotions.
We're autonomous. Yeah. We like to be autonomous. Autonomy.
Life hits us, and it's like that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. I don't like that. That's painful. Seeing myself without any kind of distractions, seeing my life without any distractions is painful. I look at myself without these distractions and it's very painful. It's depressing. It's despairing. What am I going to do? What am I going to do without these distractions, without this focus? I see myself so clearly. Oh, the light. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror without these distractions, right? It's painful, right? It's like, look, you go and talk about the people who go over to the casino thinking that they want to make money. Do they really want to make money? Or do they have no belief in themselves, in their ability to go ahead and earn money in a productive way, in a safe way? It's like, you know what? I'm going to take a shortcut, because I don't think I can go ahead and do it by myself. I think I'll just go ahead and put it on that slot machine or that blackjack table because I can go ahead and get a lot more money quick. What's that? That's a distraction right there. It's like it's distracting your ability to look at yourself and say, hey, I don't have any skills. Why don't I have any skills? Well, maybe because I'm kind of stupid. Maybe I don't have, the ability. It's like, oh my gosh. Well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? That's too painful. I don't want to go and see that. So let me distract myself. Let me go and distract myself with the drugs or the casino or whatever, right? Or the TikToks or the YouTubes or the Facebooks, right? I don't want to go ahead and face myself. I don't want to face myself. Okay. That fear, that pain, right? You got to confront it. You got to say, you know what? I can get better. I can do better, right? There's something good in myself. I got to go and squeeze it out. You got to make a choice. Am I worth the squeeze? Am I worth the squeeze? You got to make a choice. And only you have the ability to go and make that choice. We can encourage you, but you got to say, you know what? I'm worth it. I'm worth that. Looking at myself the way I am, the crap that I have in my life currently, right? But you know what? I can get over it. I can go and get better. I can get stronger from the situation. You know, I don't need these distractions anymore to go ahead and take me away from improving myself. Right? I'm done with those distractions.
I'm going to, yeah, I am, I will, I do, I can, I will, I do, I am. There's something that I wanted to read out of. This is the old version, Little Red Book. There was something in here that I wanted to read and I didn't bookmark it, but we're coming down to the end of the broadcast. And again, I want to thank those of you that are here, Race, Out of Time, Raymond, Jim, those of you that are still watching by way of Facebook, YouTube. I may end up going to YouTube. I may end up just going to YouTube instead of broadcasting on Facebook and Twitch. I'm not sure if we're getting any traction. If anybody's really reaching out to us via Facebook or Twitch, we may just keep it more private and just go directly on YouTube. I may end up doing that to bring more privacy to individuals, because there are individuals that have come on the broadcast and for some reason they didn't hang around. They came, they had a really bad hardship and they were afraid to post or whatever. They were afraid to comment and they left. And I see them every once in a while in the comments. So I don't know if that's something, I honestly, I need support from you guys. I need people to share with me, hey, some ideas on how we could make this community more effective to reach more people. I'm doing whatever I can, studying my analytics there on YouTube, looking at a lot of things. And unfortunately, I don't like what I see, and it's just the way it is. But I believe that I can also ask for help. A share, right? You can share a video. You can leave a comment. There's people that do share some of my videos. We can do a little bit more of that. We can leave comments. I get a lot of comments. Shares is really what I need. And of course, people to subscribe to the channel. And donations also, that helps. Any donation that could be given to the mission helps. So I know I don't have all the answers. I'm not the smartest person. Just because I started this doesn't mean that I know everything. I know that I don't. So I pray that God would send the right people. I pray that God would bring the right support, because as far as I'm concerned, for me, I'm already into that mindset. I'm there. I'm just going to continue to build upon the PNGZ. So if I lost the channel, if they took the channel away, it would take me, I don't know, could I even rebuild this thing? Could I do something? Or would it be my turn to just walk away from it, leave the channel? I hope that YouTube wouldn't shut down my channel, but we don't know what's on tomorrow. We don't know. So we have today, we have right now to make decisions. We have right now to be challenged and to take some kind of action and make sure that we're doing what we're talking about. Right? If we're going to do this, if we're going to confront the other thing, then we need to do it. We need to not just talk about it, but we need to do it. We need to experience that, even if you're alone, even if you're all by yourself. You need to start doing that, experience that. Hopefully this makes sense. I'm going to issue the 7-day challenge once again. I'm going to ask you guys, along with myself, not to gamble for 7 days. I'm taking on that challenge myself. Don't gamble for 7 days. Challenge yourself. Find a distraction. Find a distraction. Focus on a possible hobby. Focus on a hobby, something that catches your attention and begins to stir you up inside so that you can move in that direction, so that it will draw you, make it easier for you to do it, right? If something's drawing you, it's easier than you having to, oh, I feel like I'm going up the hill and it's very hard. But if you got something that's kind of pulling you, you're excited about it. Yeah, man, I can see myself doing this thing. I can see myself free. Man, savings money, like Raymond says, you can be building a little bit of prosperity for yourself. You get excited, and that keeps pushing you, and it attracts people. It attracts energy, and that's the way to do it, man. You got it. Even if you feel by yourself, even if you feel all by yourself, got to do it. Got to do it. Must do it. We're running out of time. Like they say, we are running out of time. All right. That's all I have. Please, again, keep this in mind. You have the ability to distract yourself. Jim, last words? I'm done here. We'll be back here on Sunday. I'll read something out of the book on Sunday.
Yes, I just go ahead and encourage everyone to go and confront the pain. The pain is actually good. Pain can be good. Pain is good. Pain is good. You're confronting your adversity, right? And if you go ahead and take the right attitude and choice, it's like, you know what? I'm going to go and deal with this. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to go and deal with this problem. And I'm going to go out and block out those focus thieves that are stealing my opportunity to go ahead and improve myself, my situation, right? I'm going to go ahead and say no more. No more. I'm going to go ahead and take on this challenge. So I encourage everyone to go and focus on personal development. Get excited about personal development. Finding a way to go and always improve yourself. It's not what's out there. It's not out in the financial system. It's not out in the politics. It's not in our government. It's not on all that stuff. The solution's not out there, right? The solution's, inside you, right? And it starts with that choice. Your ability to go ahead and confront those challenges, that pain, right? And block out those focus thieves. That's where the solution is right there. So I encourage you, like Santos said, take on the 7-day challenge. Look at yourself and figure out, how am I going to do that? How am I going to go ahead and beat the focus thieves, beat the casinos, beat the addictions? How am I going to do that? I can do it. I'm going to choose to do it.
All right, folks, with that said, I'm going to see you. Blaze Journey. I will see you next Sunday, Lord willing, at the top on the inside. Raymond, you should be receiving your book soon. It's en route. En route. Yeah. In City by the Bay and Race. And those of you that were in here, you didn't show your beautiful descriptions, your avatar. We'll see you next Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
Thanks, Santos. You have a great week. See you on Sunday.
Bye.